Today I am at the Kamloops airport, waiting for a fire call, checking the weather, and watching for cool airplanes getting an air show. Hey, I'm on standby. I'm getting paid to be in town. I might as well go do something fun. And for me, looking at airplanes at the airfield is the most fun I could have. Smoky skies in Kamloops, hot, no thunderstorm development yet, and a whole bunch of firefighters swimming around, waiting for the call. We're hoping that phone rings and they send us to some work. They are doing the heavy work today because, well, you might be wondering why us firefighters, a lot of us are sitting, but that's because the conditions were so dangerous today. You can't just throw people randomly into fires when trees are coming down and high winds are making erratic fire behavior. So luckily we've had these guys do a lot of the heavy lifting today for crews. There it is. Double propellered K-Max. Coming into Kamloops Airport. Last year we got like a 3-hour long air show with the skimmers. Go get them, boys. You know where they're going? They're going to this column of nastiness. That's, I'm guessing, the Adams Lake fire. Directly that way. Go get it, boys. I'm still a kid at heart. I just love airplanes. There goes a whole bunch of retarded. Beast. Windy as all hell. This is bad news. I'm in Kamloops right now. Got lightning detected 141 kilometers north of me. Yeah! Awesome. What I think is truly awesome is how quiet these heavy bombers are. In that, like, I have a recollection in the 80s of standing on the tarmac at CFB Trenton as my Uncle Frank got into a CC-137, the old Boeing 707s. And those planes, as soon as they fired up that engine, it was like, scream! It was so loud, it was deafening, you know? And I mean, the 707 was famous for that. But in my mind, for the rest of my life, that's the sound a jet makes, right? So right here we got the skimmers. It looks like a lot of maintenance is being done. Just driving around and having a look, I'm guessing. Because the airplanes were so busy the last few days, hammering fire, that they probably require quite a bit of maintenance to get them back up to safe flight conditions, as is the way with aircraft. The heavies have been moving. It's pretty smoky out east too, so I don't know what the capabilities avionic-wise of some of these airplanes to fight in the smoke is, but the heavies have been going, and they're about to fuel this guy up right now. Beautiful looking airplane, eh? As you can see by those treetops, we're in explosive fire behavior weather for sure right now. Very concerning, everybody. If you live near these fires and you're seeing these kinds of wind, do make sure that you are paying well attention to what's going on and keeping your ear on evacuation alerts and things like that, because anything can happen when it gets this windy. Here we go. But not these ones. These ones are pretty quiet. And here he comes now, the big heavy bomber. And he's gonna fly right overhead. I mean, it's pretty loud. But compared to the 707s, that was pretty quiet. Good luck, go get them. Have a safe run. And if you recall, last summer, we were on a fire where the skimmers came through and hit our fire for a couple hours. And it was awesome. It was like watching a World War II attack go on. And they are much that way. High performance little airplanes. They must be fun to fly, I bet. That's a heavy duty bomber. Skimmers. Here's the fire retardant. It's in this truck right here. So I gotta hook that thing up to heavy bomber there and load it with Phos-Chek fire retardant. And it's a little bit of the behind the scenes things that goes on. Lots of maintenance probably being done today, like I say, because you know how it is. You fly airplanes, as much as people told me that they hadn't seen the aircraft so busy in Kamloops as they had yesterday. I mean, that's subjective. I don't know if it's true or not, but it felt true to them. So what it means is it was pretty busy. which means probably airplanes need time and work. Here comes one of the heavies right overhead right now. These guys had to do a lot of the heavy lifting yesterday because it wasn't safe for a lot of the crews. A lot of crews had to leave, got pulled out, evacuated from their own fire. And out of the smoke and ash and hell that's going on there in the distance, you can see all that smoke out towards the Adams Lake fire. Here comes this guy back from his bombing drop, and he's coming right for me. And he's awesome. Way to go, pilots. Way to hold the fort. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh God, I gotta get my mouth around it.
We're down here blowing up unicorns while the jet tankers are
Nice, boys.
fighting fires. He just gave a little chirp on his bird dog whistle. Hear that? This guy here is bird dog. He's the one that flies over and makes sure that it's safe to drop. And you know what they do? They put up those sirens. Woo, 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 woo. So you heard that guy fly over me and give me a little whoop. That was cool. And there it is. Big heavy bomber. What a beauty. That thing does some real damage. Look how orange all the underside is. These here are the infamous CL415s. These ones are out of Alberta. Thank you, Alberta, for the aircraft. We're very much appreciated. Of course, we try to help you when we could, and you try to help us when you can, and that's what makes us a great country. We have the willingness to help each other. These are probably one of my favorite aircraft of all time. They're right up there with the C-130 Hercules as planes that I just find iconic and amazing. They're up there with the Beaver, you know, the Twin Otter, planes of the North. I think British Columbia needs some of these. Personally, the new 515s are awesome. They're just being produced, but they're 25 million bucks a pop. So I get why we haven't put in an order for that kind of thing yet. But these guys, they can hit a fire hard and fast, very maneuverable, very light, require very little space to take off or land. So a small body of water they can be in and out of. So I mean, there's that one video called Saskatchewan Rednecks Get Hit by Fire Bomber or something like that. And literally in 10 minutes the 415s made 3 runs. This here was the CF-5 Freedom Fighter, one of the great jets of the Cold War era in Canada, and one that I have some affinity to personally. These airplanes were stationed here in 419 Squadron in Kamloops for some time, and they were very special. I mean, not the fastest, not able to carry the most armament, but durable, you know, nonetheless, and iconic. So what would be my connection to this particular airplane? Well, it's in Trenton, where I was born and went to Air Cadets in 1995 when they retired the CF-5. There was a ceremony. They placed one of these up on a pedestal like they have right here, right by 401 Highway in Trenton, Ontario. And there was 5 of us Air Cadets who were there. And what did we do? We, during the whole ceremony, stood at attention, didn't move a muscle. And then eventually, I think it was 3 CC-130 Hercules flew right over top and buzzed us, and it was awesome. But we just stood there and we're very cool about it. I don't think the CF-5 had the McDonnell Douglas there. It didn't have the speed necessarily to be an interceptor, although I think that was originally its purpose when it was designed in the late 50s. But it was very good for the air-to-ground attack role. So that's something it was relegated to. But once the CF-18s came into service and they could do both air-to-air and air-to-ground in the same mission, that would spell the end for the CF-5. It was kind of relegated to the training role after that. So a lot of pilots cut their wings on CF-5s. I think first you go to Moose Jaw and get your pilot's license, pilot's wings, and then you maybe bump up to the Tutors, or that's the Snowbird, or the CT-133 Silver Star back then. And then maybe you'd graduate up to the CF-5, and then once you're good to go on that, into the CF-18 and going 1,800 kilometers an hour if you so wish. Here goes the Heavy on his bombing mission, firing up his jet engines here at Kamloops Airport. He's flying down the runway. Look at him go, folks. That's a real bomber. Full of retardant. Out doing the Lord's work for everybody in British Columbia today. Go get him. I'm actually surprised how quiet those planes are, man.
They're loud when they're coming in. You can hear them.
Yeah.
When taking off, yeah, they're really quiet.
That's surprising to me. And that's where they're going. Over to either Adams Lake or this guy south of us. I don't know. I don't know where they're going.